I gotta treat it like it's only I get a check, I pay the bills. I need that. Do it for the fame, bruh. You can keep that. I got him looking up to God. Facts. 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 When I say I got your back, you should know I meant that. When I said I do this, you should know I meant that. When I say it's God first, I mean that. Facts. Huh. LX 2.0 on 10, you know what it is. Yeah. I got the whole place bumping. Yeah. Huh. I get a check, I pay the bills. I need that. Do it for the fame, bruh. You can keep that. I got him looking up to God. Facts. 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 When I say I got your back, you should know I meant that. When I said I do this, you should know I meant that. When I say it's God first, I mean that. Facts. Huh. I treat my haters like a gnat. Skip that. Betting on myself, I hope that you respect that. God is on my side, I don't need no feedback. I can tell I feel a jealousy. I sense that. I don't even need your help. You could keep that. I can tell they want my soul. I be like I need that. There's no gimmicks with your boy. I just rap. Fake it till you make it. I'm like, really, what's that? I'm too real to get involved. I'm past that. I pass the ball like this is hot. Take that, I'ma make my own shot. Best believe I meant that. You would think to be the target with the way I bag that. Facts, huh? I'm ramble like Sylvester Stallone. In a booth, my inner Rocky come out. Stone cold like it's Steve in the house. But we never play pretend, it gets too real in the South. I get a check, I pay the bills. I need that. Do it for the fame, bruh. You can keep that. I got him looking up to God. Facts. 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 When I say I got your back, you should know I meant that. When I said I do this, you should know I meant that. When I say it's God
Alright,
first,
checking audio real quick.
Facts.
Checking audio.
I had to pay my dues. OG told me they ain't got no clue. All the things I had to do to make my dreams come true.
Shortly.
All the nights I had to pray to see a real breakthrough. I break dance to the bank. You should see my moves. Large bills, okay. I'm like, yeah, that cool. On my way to get a plaque, I'm like, yeah, that too. If I ever win a Grammy, I'm bringing grandma too. On the stage, I feel like I'm the next U2. Focus. I feel like I'm a camera too. I'm taking mental pictures, people trying to act brand new. Got at the top, so my vision like a bird's eye view. And only really God can judge. On the dollar, they saying God we trust. I put my money where my mouth is, cut. I gotta treat it like it's only I get a check, I pay the bills. I need that.
Let's see what we got going on, everybody. I don't know which one was the one I had that has YouTube's. Hold on a second. Let me check the sources here. What you got going on? Chrome works small. It's properties. Projects. Any properties. Oh, it's a clone. Let me go back over here. Down. This one. All right. So we got this, or we could be on what? I also have this. What does this one look like? Look at that sucker. How's that supposed to work? Oh no. How's that supposed to work? Let's see. like that. Let's see, what if we did this? We only went to like this number? How would it look then? Oh, that looks so much better. Okay. Then we'll do OBS up here like that, but it can't. So I'm gonna have to do this. All right. Okay. Ain't too bad. Y'all can see a lot of my stuff that I guess. I don't know if I want y'all to see that. Hold on a second. Let me fix this real quick. Ain't but a thing. Ain't nothing but a thing, guys. We get this fixed up real quick. Real quick, like. Alright, alright. This one. I'm gonna unlock it. I'm gonna do this number here. Yep, goodbye. And we're gonna do this number here. Goodbye. See? And perfect. Perfect. It took 2 seconds, guys. Magic. Basically magic. I don't know if the mic as a camera. Oh, hi. It's like, is this going on here? I hate it when this remote doesn't work. I don't understand. Wait a second. I need a flip flop, please. What? Yep, there we go. Oh.
Bruh. Bruh.
Is that up? No, down. We're gonna go down. Oh, much better. There we go. There we go. What's up, Ollie? How are you doing on this fine day? Hopefully much better than yesterday. No, nothing really changes that fast. I just hope they're having a better day. Oh, let me turn that off. Holy cow. Alright, we're gonna watch this video about Capcom video games. I really don't know much of what it's about, but we're gonna find out. Uh-oh. What? There it is.
In recent
Uh-oh.
years, the
Uh-oh.
video game
That needs a
industry
fix
is
too. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. We're having a rough time. Alright, so now we should be in our headset. Anything else I need to do before I press play? I don't think so. Alright. We're gonna watch some videos, Ollie. And we're gonna... My mic is mute. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. Let me... I always got one thing or another going on. Is it me? You sure I'm mute? You can't hear me? Are you sure? Hold on a second. Let me check. Yeah, I can hear me. I can hear me. I turned up my TV. I can hear me. Let me make sure I can hear the sound too. I might not have media on. Let me turn on the media. Let me make sure that's on. No, it's not. Good call on that. You can't hear me? I don't know why you can't hear me. Let me see. Oh, maybe you can't. Maybe I haven't done that. Yo, yo, yo. No, that should be fine. Hello. Yeah, I got flip-flopped. All right. Well, I'm glad you're here. How'd that happen? I don't know how I can hear it on YouTube though. Oh, because YouTube gets my record mix. Gotcha. That's why. Yeah, so it's flip-flopping my two audio mixes in my OBS, where normally it turns it off and on both of them at the same time. It was flipping them. I'm good. How are you doing, Ollie? How are you doing today? And thank you. You were very helpful. I went 2 hours yesterday with no game audio. Yeah, I know things probably haven't, like I was saying, things probably didn't change that fast that much. I know you said struggles, but we're praying for better outcomes. That we're every day it's upward. You know what? And with that, I'm going to play a song for you. Let's hear it. Let's see it. Let's hear it. I'm going to do one song real quick. Song. I don't know how loud this is. Let me check how loud music is. Oh, my music's super loud. So let's turn that down. What is y'all's? Okay, y'all should be fine. All right, we're gonna. That's my. That's what I do for work. That's a. That's AutoCAD. That is a irrigation design I'm working on. Where? What? Why wouldn't it just do this song? I don't know. Oh, there we go. AutoCAD. Yep, AutoCAD. I think you make it bigger. Down, but now. Here it is, a little bit bigger. So right now I'm just doing what we call models. So instead of doing every building, I'm designing around, like this one's at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I already did a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got sprays right here. These spray and water the lawn, the turf. And then we got this zone is drip. And then this zone right here is bubblers for trees. All these are trees. And normally I would have the plants on here, but I'm having to look at it on because of how this has to be done. I'm having to look at the plan with the plants to the side. But, yep. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, here in a minute will be it to do it. Let you listen to the song, get you up, up, up. The Forrest Frank. Ain't no look. All right. So, yeah, you do a different zone for everything. So, like trees, you want on their own zone. Turf, you want its own zone. And shrubs, because they all have to have different watering times. All right, let's get off the music. Now we're going to get back to watching. Yeah, it's there's a lot of nuance to it that like I do in my brain while doing it, but the AutoCAD pretty much does everything. It pretty much does everything that I need it to do. Why is that showing everything to you? But oh well, I don't care. All I need is for us to see the actual dealio. All right. Let's watch our video. Is this hold on a second. Let me make sure I got all this set up right real quick. What do we got here? Media. Yep, that's on both of them. Let me know if this is too loud. That's probably something I...
Just sitting in the corner losing its religion is quietly gone.
Don't do anything stupid.
Me? Never.
And, man, is it working out for them. Capcom is having a 2026 that, frankly, no other developer can even imagine having at this point.
Yeah, I want to play this, Pragmata. Once I beat Mass Effect, I think I'm going to play Pragmata.
3 games
Maybe.
in the first 4 months.
I'm hoping my buddy
of the
buys
year,
it, so I don't have to.
All of them are hits. Hi, folks, it's Falcon. Join the 1% Club and get all the unhinged stuff weekly. Today on Game Ranks, how Capcom did the impossible. I think that there is a pretty clear problem with the video game industry in recent years. And if you wanted to
We'll see what he has to say.
oversimplify, you could say live service. That's more of the problem than I think any other component, but it's not quite it.
All right.
In said recent
Get
years,
back to
developers
working
have
on
kinda
this
done
project
2
here.
things specifically that I want to talk about. Firstly, they've been playing it safe in a way that is not safe in any way. It's an extremely counterintuitive thing to say, and I'll get into that in a second. But secondly, rather than making games, they've been making platforms. So, the safe part. This, ironically, means taking massive business risks. Every game's got to be bigger, longer, more cinematic, and it has to go on forever. So because these are massive business risks, the actual content of the games is trending towards bland. I'm not saying that sanding some of the rough edges off something is the worst thing in the world. Streamlining a game can be great. That's not what I'm really talking about here, though. Here, safe means trying to appeal to the broadest amount of people possible, which, when you're talking about making toilet paper, probably a good idea. When you're talking about making art, though, it's the worst idea, and as we know, video games are an art form. Art is subjective. Art is the expression of perspective.
I think
and
that's what a lot of
experience,
people have
and
chosen to
those
call
that
it for a long
relate to
time.
it have
Might be
expression
changing.
and experience, and when you try to
honest
flatten
with you.
that to broaden it, you
It
don't
sucked, in a
actually
way, but-
make it so more people relate to it and like it. The best you can really do is make it so that it offends less people. That is to say, it's
I don't think
harder
these
to make
companies care
everyone
about
like
it being art.
something, and playing it safe
what I
in
mean
this
by that.
respect is really doing everything possible to make it so more people don't dislike it. So when you have an interesting idea, it's run through the who's gonna dislike this filter, and that's going to leave a lot of those ideas on the floor. A lot of money is at stake, so of course we don't want people to dislike it. Interestingly enough, this seems to make everybody dislike it. The second problem, trying to make everything a platform. I mentioned that live service is probably the biggest problem.
What do you think? Is it
We've
loud
talked so
enough,
much about
Ollie?
that. I'm trying to break it down into smaller chunks. Platforms tend to be live services because the
Is it
games
too loud?
tend to need to be around forever and a day. They exist for people to exist in, to do things in, to make content in. A lot of them exist for streamers to play and generate stuff happening. A lot of it exists for people to role play in. And to some extent, these aren't necessarily bad things. And certain games do this.
This is
stuff
messing
well.
with my
I've
eyes
said
right
it
now.
many
Holy
times,
cow.
There are live service games
What
I
is
don't
going
hate.
on?
There are large open world games I don't hate. There are forever games I don't hate. They are not the majority of that type of game, though. So when I say this is a problem, understand I mean it's generally a problem. And going with point 1, for that to generally be a problem, it's not
What is
good
this?
if
Oh,
you're
was that,
selling to a general audience.
the Marvel
And then,
game?
Of course, all of the live
played that
service shit, all of the bloated open world shit, blah blah blah. All of that stuff, it's
I
still
think they
fast.
upgraded that.
Enter Capcom. Their release schedule has gone like this. On February 27th, they released
so
Resident
we're getting where I
Evil
wanna see.
Requiem, sold 5
Yep.
million copies in 5 days and an additional million in the next
5
week. That is the
days.
most recent numbers we have. On March 13th, they released Monster Hunter Stories Twisted Reflection, which we do not have an actual announcement in terms of sales, but using Steam data, they have likely sold between 1 and 2 million on Steam alone. And then
I might
the
have to
most
play that if
recent
it's good.
and probably the most surprising for a lot of people is Pragmata.
Yeah, I didn't know this was gonna pop off. I played the trial and not as many people talked about it after the trial. I'm
This
I'm
game
really
came out
surprised.
April 17th, and sold 1 million copies in 2 days. This is an entirely new IP that from the outside is near not understandable. You're a Dead Space looking guy and you're carrying around a little Mega Man looking girl, and you engage in puzzle combat. Granted, this is not how I would personally describe the game to you, having played it a lot at this point. But compared to things that other companies are releasing, that's a frickin' gamble. Or is it? Late 2025, we started the Game Ranks 1% Club, which is our member program that gets you the Falcon Show, which is basically a secret podcast that goes up every Saturday. It's me, Eric, and Kevin. We have a whole hell of a lot of fun making it. And I'm tooting our horn a little bit on that because the whole point was that we love single-player gaming. We think a lot of the gaming industry acts like single-player gamers are only 1% of the player base in the world, and they're wrong. Only a few episodes in, a big study came out demonstrating that the majority of people who play video games prefer single-player games. This was a study with an absolutely massive sample size of 34,000 players across 22 different countries by Ampere analysis, and it essentially validated the whole point of starting the 1% Club. We were right, and Capcom just keeps on proving us right. But here's the thing. What Capcom is doing is
Love
not
you, Capcom.
magic. It's not luck.
Thank you for
they
making
did
great
not
games.
Stumble into 3 hits in a row by accident.
No, they
In
didn't.
fact, they have acted extremely deliberately to create a situation in which they are releasing games like this and they just do well. 7 years ago, we made a video about Capcom turning it around because before that, they were in a hell of a slump. And not just a slump in terms of their games weren't as good, their profits were down 90% at one point. Like, do you remember early 2010s Capcom?
You remember?
Resident Evil 6, Umbrella Corps, Street Fighter V launching with basically nothing in it. It was a time where Capcom went from one of the most respected
I don't play
developers
fire
in the
games, so
industry
no.
to just putting out mid-game after mid-game. In some cases, just god-awful games. In terms of Umbrella Corps, what a black stain that one is. But something changed pretty significantly around 2017. Resident Evil 7 was the marker for that change, but the internal changes had started much earlier.
Can't wait to
with
go
the
play
development
7.
of Resident Evil 7. See, that was the beginning of the Resident Evil engine. And a team was working parallel to the Resident Evil 7 team, making the Resident Evil 2 remake. On top of that, they started stacking other wins with Monster Hunter World, Devil May Cry 5, and things turned around. And it's all because of a strategy that, on its face, barely sounds like a strategy. I would say it only counts as a strategy because so many other companies are just not doing it, and that strategy is Capcom is making good games. You can name any of their releases in recent years, including the ones that people don't absolutely love, like the most recent Monster Hunter open world, and it's still miles ahead of everybody else in that they have just focused on making.
But it wasn't for
game.
everybody. It was
And
for
making
like
a good
anime
game
people or
can
whatever.
mean a lot of different things, but it doesn't automatically mean a long game or a big game or a huge investment or something absolutely no one could dislike. Capcom's weird. They have specific ideas and they execute on those ideas as specifically as is possible. To some extent, I don't even think that it would be difficult to find people who just outwardly dislike Capcom games because of how they are. But that's also why people like them. You can't please everybody, but if you've made games that you like in the past and those games have found an audience, you can please that audience by continuing to make the games that you clearly like to make. And the trick is to just keep making those games, trying to make them
No,
better,
that was so far away. Are you
If anything,
kidding me?
Capcom's scope control is perhaps one of their biggest assets. They
I
don't
can
make
turn that down
100-hour games, generally. When they do make games that have long run times, there's a reason for it, and it's not just for the sake of doing it. but generally their games are between 10 and 30 hours. On top of that, in their understanding of keeping to a scope, they do something else that maybe sounds a little controversial if you don't think about it for more than 2 seconds, but they reuse stuff. Assets, systems, animations, tech. Hell, everything they do is on the Resident Evil engine. Most of their games are not Resident Evil at this point. 2 out of the 3 that made us feel like we needed to make this video are not Resident Evil games. But they build that stuff, and they keep using that stuff. There is a bit of a stigma around asset reuse. Some people hear that and immediately think lazy, but I mean, there is a lazy way to do that. This isn't that, though. Capcom is building a library. They're never really making one game at a time. They're continually expanding the foundation of games they can make. For instance, in the early part of Resident Evil Requiem, there is this insanely detailed urban area, some alleys that you walk through, and we could not help remark about that when we played the game. Kevin on the show actually had a really good point.
Y'all are probably
I
also
look at
playing
all
on
this,
5090s.
and all I think about is why
But it does
did
look
they
good.
create all this? Like, what are they going to reuse this all
It's
in?
literally just to, like, shove it in your face that they're really good at what they do.
Yeah, but also, what are they going to reuse it in?
I
Good
hope
question.
something, because it's
Anything.
beautiful, honestly.
Yeah,
But
I'm
wouldn't
just like,
they be able to
'cause-
reuse it?
I mean, it's ugly as shit, but, like, it's
Yes,
it's
it looks great.
amazing. And sure enough, when we went back and played Pragmata, that came to fruition. There are definitely assets from that little stretch of urban area that are in the New York
Whoops,
in
I hope I didn't
Pragmata.
need anything.
Not really New York, the 3D
Accidentally
printed
touched
New
my
York
foot
on the
pedal.
moon.
Oh, go ahead.
Remember? Do you remember as we were walking towards the hotel in Resident Evil 9,
Yes.
and it was said, but what are they going to reuse all of this for?
Fine.
It just occurred to me, we're walking through the city,
We are.
and a lot of this stuff looks a little familiar to me.
Yeah,
It
it does.
does.
Compare
That's
that to
crazy.
basically every
Honestly,
other
they
AAA
did that on
project right
purpose,
now.
though.
Pretty much every project feels like it's starting from zero, trying to reinvent absolutely everything, and a lot of the time, not quite getting there. Part of that is how long between games a lot of developers spend in development. They put out a game once a generation, and then essentially have to start working on the next generation's version of that game. Again, this isn't bad absolutely 100% of the time. I'm sure Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be a frickin' masterpiece, but not everybody
hope.
can operate at the pace Rockstar operates.
I hope.
And yet a
Well,
lot of them
you mean
do.
at the budget?
Skyrim came out in 2011.
That's really
Fallout
what it's
4
about.
came out in 2015. And Starfield, well, it doesn't matter at all.
Stop! He's already dead.
The stuff that matters coming from Bethesda is the Elder Scrolls and Fallout, and man, is it going to be a long time before we see any more of either. It would be weird if they reused assets from a literal generation ago, but again, that's not how Capcom rolls. Capcom is
excuse
always
me.
making new stuff, implementing.
Holy cow,
or
anybody
reusing
watching, I'm
what
sorry,
they
I
can for
apologize.
old stuff,
That was
repurposing
horrible.
it, obviously making little changes. While I can definitely tell you those
It came
air
out of
ducts
nowhere.
and
I went and
fans
had lunch
3D
with,
printed New York and Pragmata
this guy
are
from my
reused
church
from that alley
that I'm
in
close
Resident
with. He's
Evil
an older
Requiem.
guy.
They don't look the same.
His wife's really
That 3D
nice,
printed
too.
New York doesn't look
We-
like
we
anything
had a
else
good
I've ever
time,
seen,
but I
despite
had
the
a-
reused assets.
a
But there's
club
nothing
sandwich,
new under the
basically.
sun. Everything
Oh.
comes from something else.
It was so
Capcom
good.
has embraced this, and it has absolutely
So good.
enhanced what they do.
That's where I got my
Capcom
tea.
is not betting it all on any single game. They're betting on being a good game company, which means having a release schedule, putting stuff out regularly, iterating, enhancing, improving their craft, and they gotta be like the only AAA that operates like this. It probably helps that they publish their own games, so they're not sharing their revenue with other people, but still, if there's a AAA developer out there that acts
Finish
like an
this real
indie
quick.
or a AA, it's Capcom. Now, the irony of this is that it's not
irony.
really impossible. What they're doing isn't actually that shocking when you think about what the games market is. The thing is, good stuff stands out now more than ever because in the 13,000 plus games that are released every year, a very small number of good games get released every year. As the barrier for entry into the games industry lowers, and it should, to be clear, people with less experience and
Now I'm
longer to
circling it.
go between being
Making
an
its
amateur
own little work
and
area
a master craftsman,
apart
so to
from the
speak,
other
those
plex
people can publish games.
buildings that I
And
gotta
in
do.
all honesty, they should publish games. I am not going to play all of them, but that's how you get good, by doing the thing. And while Capcom did lose their way for a while, how they got their groove back was by re-embracing that mentality. We've done this for a long time. We've built experience. We understand what makes a good game. Why are we pursuing all of these dumb industry trends that contradict our experience as game developers? Let's not do that. Let's not chase an audience that's been made up on investor calls and PowerPoint presentations. Something people in suits literally just came up with. Let's instead do what we do well. And surprise, surprise, that works. Make games for people who play games, the majority of which want single-player games. The trick
I'm
is
hearing
you
ya.
have to make a new game pretty much all the time, but it seems like the model of making one game that lasts forever and putting thousands of workers on it is proving not to be the greatest model of all time, pointing
Okay.
at Fortnite and their 1,000 layoffs. What's actually risky? Making a focused, well-designed game that people can enjoy from start to finish, or spending hundreds of millions of dollars trying to build the next forever game that has nothing you could ever hate? How did Capcom do the
Nope,
impossible?
wrong thing.
Well, they just don't live in a bizarro world where they think the thing that works doesn't work. God, that is a depressing answer to that question. But seriously, all these other developers that are spending literally hundreds of millions of dollars on games that are dull and boring, is that not what they're doing? There's a reason indies and AA's are being looked at so favorably now. It's because they make games.
Oh.
Capcom's a AAA that's basically doing that.
just said
They
that,
don't
right?
have to invest a decent fraction of $1 billion into a game to make a really good game. And here's the kicker, neither does anyone else. Game development is getting cheaper by the day.
Yeah, I don't know if
you
that's a
think
good
that
thing.
A game has to be everything. I don't.
Yeah, a game has
most
to be good.
Gamers don't, and Capcom
Yeah, games have to be
doesn't
good.
either. Yes, it takes effort. Yes, it takes experience. Yes, it means understanding that there is another
Like, I don't
project
understand
looming
what
on
you're
the
saying.
horizon after this one is done, but you cannot argue with results. Folks, this is what the future of gaming could look like if everybody learns the lesson that Capcom has learned over the past 15 years. Yay, they walked through the valley of the shadow of death, but they came back. Calling them the most
So,
successful
what about
video
Ubisoft that
game
reuses
company of
assets like crazy
2026
and
so far is hardly
ends
a
up
stretch.
ugly?
I don't know if they've made the most money. They certainly haven't made all of the money, as all of these executives who send their workers to the live service mines seem to think is necessary. But
No,
in terms
that
of
new
return on
Assassin's
investment,
Creed
there's
Black
no
Flag
chance. They have not done
Precinct.
the best. And on top of that,
Gonna be good
they
stuff.
are beloved for doing what they're doing. Does everybody
I'm really
like
honestly
it?
looking
No.
forward to that.
There are people who just outwardly dislike Capcom games. They exist. They're actually not even that hard to find, but also they're a necessary thing to make something that is
We gotta
not
play
only
Pragmata, guys.
not bad,
We gotta figure
but
that
is
out. Get some Pragmata
subjectively
on.
good. What do you think? Leave us a comment. Let us know. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription, so click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications. And as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I am Falcon. You can join the 1% Club and get the Falcon Show exclusively every Saturday. Thanks a whole lot. We'll see you next time right here on Game Ranks.
Nope, that's not
Now,
what
the
I
question
wanted
on
to show.
everyone's mind every single day is who's actually voting for.
Who's going viral right now? Who is it? Said she. Who is she? I don't know who she is. I don't know. We'll do this to watch later, so I can watch that on my own. No, it's in my watch later. That's why it automatically started going there. Hold on a second. I got stuff to watch later to watch. So. Oh, let's watch this game. I want to check this out really bad.
Wait, it's shut down?
We just got here.
This might be a game we have to play too.
And who told us to come here in the
I don't know
first
yet. I
place?
haven't watched this, so I don't know.
Oh, it was.
But it looks good.
Still haven't got our paycheck.
Unless it's is this that new gotcha? No, it's not. No, it's not. But it's probably a gotcha.
It's right up ahead.
Whoa, that's cool. This reminds me of what's the one with the where you're the detective, the Japanese detective game? Judgment, Judge. Yeah. I own it on PlayStation. Haha. I like the art too.
I need to get this thing out of the way. I keep touching it for a minute.
Alright, now it's a little bit farther away.
You sure you want to do this?
Approaching the target. What a huge mosquito.
Yo, that thing looks like gigantic. Gigantic. I can't talk.
You want me to take that thing on?
Guess I should go grab some help.
How do you do this? What? That dude, he was using like a freaking baton. Batman tennis racket thing. I'm digging the music.
You're coming with me.
This makes me think of like Cure and stuff. The Fray. Oh, I bet you this is not good for YouTube, but whatever. It's on YouTube, so it should be fine. Right? Oh, yo. Like, I don't understand. I don't know what the gameplay is, but this is fun. It looks good. That's a mask. What is going on? They just stole his car, huh? Is he puking up a rainbow? Whoa. Like, this has gotten crazier and crazier with no... Oh man, I didn't realize that was cardboard. Motorcycles. You don't want none. He hit his bat. That's funny. The wiener. Oh. The vampire that has rainbow puke. Bat Superman.
Why is traffic still so backed up? Good thing I can fly.
Alright. Alright. That's cool,
Hello,
guys.
Cap, are you there?
Maybe.
Are you talking to me or hosting a block party?
I found him, 6th floor, middle room facing south.
Okay.
But next time, I'm done playing the delivery guy.
Did your cover get blown?
Look at the time! What's taking you so long?
What?
Huh? I'm already skipping red lights as it is.
I know, I'm just venting about the roasting I got today. Good thing I'm chill or I'd be robbing all their takeout. Forget it, just make sure you don't get caught.
Oh, I should know.
Chill. I'm almost there. I won't get pinched.
And he gets pinched. Who's that?
Hey! Cap? Cap!
Interesting. Okay.
It all starts here. One among millions.
Dang it.
Tiny, determined, and ridiculously optimistic. They dream of purpose. But it will not be easy.
Oh yeah, this was the other one I wanted to watch. It sounds so hilarious. I just had to see what this is about. This is so old. Oh no! Oh no! Bro! Oh my god.
Where millions perished.
What is going on right now?
You become.
What? Alright, what do we got here? Before we get too far, what is this? What is this? Resident Evil. Oh, this is the teaser trailer for the Resident Evil movie. Go.
Hello? I had a little bit of a problem on the road. I was wondering if I could use your phone. Hello?
You did that. You're gonna wish you didn't do that. Uh-oh. You're not done yet.
Sorry.
Did you break in or something, dude? What you got?
Hey babe, look, I'm really sorry that we got disconnected earlier, but some things have happened.
Uh-oh.
I'm in like a seriously fucked up situation right now. And it looks like there's a chance that we might not get to talk to each other again.
Bro.
I just wanted you to know. I love you.
No, that's crazy. Alright, what else we got here? Oh, I don't have anything else. Let's see, upcoming. Oh, nope, wrong thing. Upcoming games. 2026. How long is this? It's 14. Watch the PS5. What? 15. You may play. Yeah, let's watch this.
Stop scrolling. If you own a PS5, the next 18 months are going to be insane.
Oh, yeah?
We're talking once in a generation levels of gaming. I've picked 15 upcoming PS5 games you absolutely must play. And number one, it might break the entire industry. Let's get into it. Okay, if you loved Returnal but hated how it punched you in the face every time you died, Housemarque heard you. Sados is their brand new PS5 exclusive dropping April 30th, and it's already sitting at an 88 on Metacritic. You play as Arjun Devraj, a soldier investigating a lost colony on this creepy alien planet called Carcosa. The combat? Pure bullet hell madness mixed with third-person shooting. Dodging, shielding, parrying. It's like a violent dance, and it feels incredible. But here's what makes it different from Returnal. You actually keep your upgrades between runs. New weapons. Suit upgrades? They're permanent. So every time you die, and you will die, you come back stronger. There's the shield mechanic too, where you absorb enemy projectiles and turn your arm into a weapon. Yeah, your arm becomes the gun. Housemarque is honestly one of PlayStation's best studios, and nobody talks about them enough. Sados is a PS5 exclusive. No PC version announced, and it costs $70. If you own a PS5, this one's a no-brainer. All right, horror fans, imagine the thing.
What was that?
But in
What was
space.
that? Hold on a second.
That's direct enough. Sados is a PS5 exclusive. No PC version announced, and it costs $70. If you own a PS5, this one's a no-brainer.
Alright, that looks like that
fans,
one.
Imagine the thing, but in
Directive
space.
8020.
That's Directive 8020 from Supermassive Games. The people behind Until Dawn and The Quarry? Coming May 12th on PS5, Xbox, and PC. Your colony ship called the Cassiopeia crash lands on a planet 12 light-years from Earth, and the surviving crew quickly
PC
discovers
also.
they are not alone. There's a shape-shifting alien on board that can copy people. So now you're looking at your crewmates thinking, is that really you? The game stars Lashana Lynch. Yeah, from the James Bond movies. And your choices can get characters permanently killed. That's the Supermassive Special. But here's the big new feature. Turning points. It lets you rewind to key decisions if things go wrong. Purists can turn it off and play survival mode where death is final. No weapons either. You can't fight these things. You have to sneak past them. There's also up to 5-player couch co-op for movie night mode. So grab your friends, turn off the lights, and
No
trust
way.
nobody. This is the most ambitious Dark Pictures game yet.
Okay.
And honestly, it's about time. James Bond is back in video games, and it only took 14 years.
No, it's
007
not a gun.
First Light drops May 27th on PS5, Xbox, and PC. Made by IO Interactive.
I wish
The
he left
Hitman
the name of the
geniuses.
game up there.
And look, Yana, if anyone was going to nail a Bond game, it's these guys. You play as a young 26-year-old James Bond, before he was the legend. This is his origin story. He's reckless, he's cocky, and he has to earn that 007 status. The combat takes inspiration from Batman Arkham's free-flow system, mixed with Uncharted-style action set pieces. There's a time slowdown mechanic for those perfect action movie moments. And you can play it your way. Go full stealth like a proper spy, or go loud and blow everything up. The cast is stacked. Patrick Gibson plays Bond. Lenny Kravitz is the villain Bauma. Gemma Chan shows up too. Oh, and Lana Del Rey sings the theme song. IO Interactive even built a brand new smoke system for their engine that they say has never been done before. This is their most ambitious game ever, and for Bond fans, this could be the game we've been waiting decades for. Don't sleep on this one. Lego Batman. Legacy of the Dark Knight drops May 22nd, and it looks like TT Games finally leveled up. This isn't your usual LEGO game with 200 throwaway characters.
No?
They focused on just 7 playable heroes: Batman, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Jim Gordon, Catwoman, and Talia al Ghul. Each with their own skill trees, combos, and gadgets. The combat? Inspired by Batman Arkham. Yeah, they went there. You're exploring a full open world LEGO Gotham City. And it is packed with crimes to stop, secrets to find, and iconic locations like Arkham Asylum and Wayne Tower. The story covers Batman's entire journey, from training with the League of Shadows to becoming Gotham's protector. Matt Berry voices Bane, and that alone is worth the price of admission. There's 100 different Batsuits, legendary Batmobiles including the Tumbler, and a hardcore Dark Knight difficulty mode for the brave ones.
Bro, we might have to get
too,
that.
so you can play with a friend. This is a love letter to 86 years of Batman history, wrapped in LEGO charm.
Okay.
Kids will love it. Adults will love it more. Fighting game fans, Arc System Works just pointed at Marvel vs. Capcom's throne and said, "We're coming for it, Marvel Token." Fighting Souls drops August 6th on PS5 and PC, and it's a 4v4 tag team fighter with 20 characters at launch. We're talking Spider-Man, Iron Man, Storm, Wolverine. The whole roster is stacked, and the art style, pure anime greatness, because this is Arc System Works, the studio behind Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball Fighters. They know how to make fighting games look incredible. But here's what makes this interesting. Matches start as 1v1 with an assist character, and you gradually unlock your full team of 4 by hitting combos and breaking walls. So the fights literally escalate as you play. There's an episode mode with an original Marvel story made in collaboration with Marvel Games, blending comics and manga into something totally new. Crossplay between PS5 and PC is confirmed from day one. And at $60, that's actually $10 cheaper than most PS5 games right now. If you've been starving for a great Marvel fighting game since Marvel vs. Capcom 3, your meal is almost ready. China just entered the chat. Again. After Black Myth Wukong blew everyone's minds, S-Game is stepping up with Phantom Blade Zero on September 9th for PS5 and PC. And this one looks absolutely wild. You play as Soul, an elite assassin who's been framed for his master's murder. Oh, and his heart is destroyed, so he's got 66 days to live. No pressure, right? The combat is inspired by Golden Age Hong Kong martial arts movies, and every strike was built using real motion capture from actual martial artists. This isn't your typical samurai game, though. They're calling the style Kung Fu Punk, which is Kung Fu mixed with steampunk and cyberpunk. It's set in a world based on Ming Dynasty China, but with machines and dark fantasy thrown in. Over 30 weapons to collect, each with their own fighting techniques. You beat a boss, you take their weapon and their moves.
That's wild.
The whole thing runs on Unreal Engine 5, and it looks gorgeous. Even the release date is meaningful. 9/9 symbolizes a reversal of fate in Chinese culture. If Black Myth Wukong opened the door for Chinese action games, Phantom Blade Zero is about to kick it off the hinges. Insomniac Games gave us the best Spider-Man games ever made. Now they're coming for Wolverine, and honestly, I'm terrified in the best way possible. Marvel's Wolverine drops September 15th as a PS5 exclusive, and this is not a friendly neighborhood kind of game. Logan is played by Liam McIntyre, and the story follows him hunting for answers about his dark past. The combat is described as fast, fluid, and ferocious. We're talking brutal adamantium claw action with a detailed blood system that shows exactly what those claws do. This is Insomniac going dark. Way darker than anything they've done before. And here's the big deal. This is the first game in a planned X-Men trilogy. Yeah, just like they built a Spider-Man trilogy. They're doing the same for the X-Men universe. It's all connected too. Same world as Spider-Man. Now look, Insomniac has earned our trust. Spider-Man 1 was incredible. Miles Morales was fantastic. Spider-Man 2 was massive. If they bring that same energy to Wolverine, September 15th could be one of the biggest days in PlayStation history. 20 years. That's how long we waited for a new Onimusha game. The last one was Dawn of Dreams back in 2006, and Capcom finally decided to bring it back. Onimusha Way of the Sword is coming in 2026 for PS5, Xbox, and PC. No exact date yet, but it's confirmed for this year. You play as Musashi Miyamoto, a samurai wielding the legendary Oni gauntlet that lets you slay demons called Genma. The setting is Edo-era Kyoto, but twisted and corrupted by these clouds of evil called Malice. And before you ask,
bad about it.
no, this is not a Souls-like. Capcom themselves said it. This is a focused, linear, roughly 20-hour action game with
Ooh.
incredible swordplay. Think
Okay.
classic Capcom action, not roll and dodge for 80 hours. The combat has
Great.
this sick mechanic where you absorb souls from enemies. Yellow ones heal you. Red ones buy upgrades. Blue ones power up special weapons that deal massive damage. There's also a one-hit kill move called Break Issen for perfectly timed counters, built on Capcom's own RE engine. The same tech behind Resident Evil Village and Monster Hunter Wilds. If you've been starving for that classic Capcom action, your prayers have been answered. Here's
Okay.
one that surprised everyone. Fable, the Xbox Classic, is coming to
Oh.
PlayStation 5. Yeah, you heard
Oh.
that right. Playground
Well,
games,
it'll be on
the Forza
everything. I'll
Horizon
get this on the
Wizards,
computer.
are rebooting Fable for autumn
I
2026
can't wait.
on
This
Xbox,
is gonna be a good one, too.
PS5, and PC. Day 1 on Game Pass too. Now this isn't
Oh,
Fable
yeah.
4. This is a complete reboot. New story, new characters, same magical world of Albion. But here's what gets me excited. Over 1,000 handcrafted NPCs, all fully voiced, all with their own names and daily routines. That's insane for an RPG. The combat lets you mix melee swords, ranged bows, and magic spells all seamlessly in the same fight. Classic Fable enemies are back. Hobbs, Balverines, Hollow Men, plus new ones like a fire-breathing chicken boss called the Cockatrice. Because of course there's a fire-breathing chicken. That's peak Fable humor right there. You can buy houses, become a landlord, evict your
Let's go.
tenants. The morality system is back but reimagined.
It wouldn't be
And
Fable
the
if
whole
you
game
couldn't.
is dripping with that dry British comedy DNA inspired by shows like The Office and Peep Show. This is the first Fable game in 14 years. And it might just be Xbox's biggest RPG bet ever. This one has Witcher DNA running through its veins, literally. The Blood of Dawnwalker is coming in 2026 for PS5, Xbox, and PC, and the release date is being revealed today during their Road to Launch stream. The game is made by Rebel Wolves, a studio founded by Konrad Tomaskiewicz, the director of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Yeah, that guy started his own studio and made a vampire RPG. You play as Cohen, a Dawnwalker who's half human and half vampire. During the day, you fight with swords using this directional blocking system where you pick one of 4 directions to attack or parry. At night, you unleash your vampiric powers. The story is set in 14th century Europe during the Black Death, and vampires have used the chaos to take over. A vampire lord named Brentsis rules your homeland in the Carpathian Mountains, and you've got 30 days to save your family from him. Every quest you take moves time forward, so you cannot do everything. Your choices actually matter because the clock is always ticking. It's built on Unreal Engine 5 and published by Bandai Namco. And it's the first chapter of a whole new saga. If you loved The Witcher 3 and want that same quality with a vampire twist, keep your eyes on this one.
Okay.
China is on a roll right now. First Black Myth Wukong, then Phantom Blade Zero, and now Tides of Annihilation from Eclipse Glow Games out of Chengdu.
Tides of Annihilation.
This is their
That sounds
debut
cool.
game, backed by Tencent, and it looks absolutely stunning. Coming 2026 for PS5, Xbox, and PC. No exact date yet. You play as Gwendolyn, the last surviving person in London after an otherworldly invasion ripped the city apart. But this isn't normal London anymore. It's been twisted and warped. Modern buildings fused with medieval ruins. Reality blending with the mythical realm of Avalon. And the combat? You command over 10 legendary spectral knights inspired by King Arthur and the Round Table. Each one has unique abilities and fighting styles. There are also these massive enemies called Colossal Knights. Towering creatures you can actually climb, explore, and then fight on top of. Think Shadow of the Colossus meets Arthurian legend in a destroyed London. The developers even took research trips to London to get the city right. And they consulted experts on King Arthur lore.
You son
Built
of a
on
gun.
Unreal Engine 5 with full ray tracing support. This is a Chinese studio reinterpreting British mythology. And honestly,
You son of
that's
a
the kind
gun, why
creative
won't it
risk that
do
makes
it?
gaming exciting.
Oh my god.
The Yakuza developers just announced their most ambitious game ever. And it's not
This thing's
Yakuza.
a punk.
Stranger Than Heaven from
What's
Ryu
wrong
Gago
with
Toku
this
Studio
thing?
is coming to PS5, Xbox,
What's
and
wrong
PC.
with you, bro?
Day 1 on Game Pass. Previously known as Project Century, this game
Finally.
spans 5 different time periods.
There we go.
1915,
Yes.
1929, 1943, 1951, and 1965. 5 eras across
Oh
5
my
different
God.
Japanese cities. That is absolutely insane in scope.
Wow.
The game follows a character named Mako Dado through half a century of Japan's
That looks
underworld.
pretty good too.
And everything we've seen so far oozes style. Tram rides through old cities, beautiful food, potential romances, and a killer jazz soundtrack that'll have your head bobbing. Now here's the thing. Sega's financial reports suggest this won't release before March 2027. So it could be late 2026 or early 2027. A full reveal is coming May 6th in a special Xbox broadcast. RGG Studio has been catching some criticism lately for reusing too many assets in their Yakuza games. But stranger than heaven, this is them building everything from scratch. 5 completely unique time periods means 5 sets of environments, characters, and technology. They pull this off, it could be RGG Studio's masterpiece. The most anticipated RPG on the planet right now, and it's not even close. The Witcher 4 is officially in full production at CD Projekt Red, and it won't release before 2027 at the earliest. Could even slip to 2028. But here's why you should still be losing your mind over this. Ciri is the new protagonist. Geralt's adoptive daughter has completed the Trial of the Grasses. She's got the cat eyes. And she's a full-blown monster hunter now, played by actress Ciara Berkeley in motion capture. This is the first game in a brand new Witcher trilogy. And CD Projekt is planning to release all 3 games within 6 years. The budget? An estimated $390 million for development alone. Plus another $390 million for marketing. That's nearly $800 million. They switched from their old engine to Unreal Engine 5. They're taking a console-first approach to avoid another Cyberpunk 2077 disaster. And they have almost 500 people working on this thing. The cinematic reveal trailer showed Ciri hunting a monster called the Bauk in a northern village. And it looked phenomenal.
Wow.
CD Projekt Red broke our trust with Cyberpunk's launch, but they earned it back with the patches and Phantom Liberty. The Witcher 4 is their shot at redemption, and nobody wants them to nail it more than the fans. Naughty Dog hasn't made a brand new franchise since The Last of Us in 2013. 13 years of sequels and remasters, but now they're going to space. Intergalactic? The Heretic Prophet is a PS5 exclusive targeting mid-2027, and it's being directed by Neil Druckmann himself. You play as Jordan A. Munn, a bounty hunter played by Tati Gabriel, who gets stranded on a planet called Semperia. This planet has been cut off from the entire universe for over 600 years. Nobody who flies there ever comes back. So, yeah, good luck with that. The combat reportedly takes inspiration from Dark Souls and God of War, meaning this is Naughty Dog going hard on gameplay depth for the first time. The soundtrack is being composed by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, the guys behind the Social Network and Soul soundtracks. And the story explores themes of religion and faith in a setting inspired by anime like Akira and Cowboy Bebop. The cast includes Kumail Nanjiani and Tony Dalton. Now look, development has been rough. Reports say the team has missed several deadlines and there was mandatory overtime to get a demo ready. But this is Naughty Dog. Uncharted. The Last of Us? These people know how to make legendary games. If Intergalactic delivers, it could be the start of PlayStation's next iconic franchise. This is it. The one everyone has been waiting for. Grand Theft Auto 6, November 19th, 2026. PS5 and Xbox Series X. No PC at launch. Sorry, it's been over a decade since GTA 5 dropped. And Rockstar has been building what might be the most expensive game ever made. We're talking billions in development. The game is set in Leonida, a fictional version of Florida. You've got Vice City. You've got the Everglades. You've got the Keys. And for the first time in GTA history, you play as 2 protagonists. Jason and Lucia, a criminal duo trying to survive in a world that's stacked against them. Rockstar is promising next-level NPC behavior, where your actions actually have lasting
After this one, guys, we're going to take... I'm going to go ahead and jump off for a little while. I will be back probably about 3:30.
All of it.
I would say to play
games.
games.
Has been delayed multiple times.
We're going to play
Originally
games.
planned
Then
for 2025, pushed to May 2026.
I'm just a little bit tired. I think I should take a nap before we get going because I am going to be out late
GTA
tonight.
5 sold over 185
so
million
I need
copies.
to kind of
If GTA 6 delivers even half of what's
ready
promised,
for that.
November 19th will break the entire gaming industry. And that is 15 upcoming PS5 games you absolutely need on your radar. Now look, will all of these...
All right, I don't care if I listen to him anymore. All right, guys. Yeah, like I said, I'll be back a little bit later. I'm gonna I am just gonna go ahead and pop off, take a little nap. Peruski, you know, maybe I'll get me a snack before I jump on. We'll play some video games. How about that? How about that? How about that? All right, guys. Peace out. It's not working, is it? It didn't work. Now it worked. Did it work? Why is it not working? Why is it not working? There it goes. Peace out, guys.